Hello everyone, Josh first back again with some more Epic 7, and today we're going to be talking about the new Arena Season 2 gear. It's finally been revealed quite a few hours ago on the official Facebook page for Epic 7. So, this is Unknown Slate, Passionate Frame, Gladiator's Axe, Gladiator's Armor, Gladiator's Helm. We don't currently have the names for the other three pieces of gear. Yes, spoiler alert, supposedly, according to the data mines, there's going to be 6 pieces of gear. Now, like all data mines, take that with a grain of salt. I will show you the statistics on some of the stats for the 6 pieces of gear in a moment that have been data mined. But as of right now, the only official thing that we have to go by is this image. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering, what the hell is the Passionate Frame? That is the little frame that goes around your character avatar on your account. It's basically there just to show, you know, hey, look at me, I'm special, I guess. I don't know. But that's in there. Of course, bringing back the Unknown Slate, so you guys can get your free devotions for, you know, whatever. And then we have, of course, the new level 88 gear. And yes, it will be 88. If you didn't know that by now, hopefully you know now. And, you know, it looks pretty cool. I like the design. Sadly, the design of the gear doesn't matter because we don't actually get the gear to be shown in game. So, honestly, it's just, it's whatever what the design. You could put a freaking sword that looks like a dildo and it doesn't matter. As long as it's 88 gear and it's got good substats, who the fuck cares? Because you're not really going to be running around in the game with a dildo. As funny as that would be, it's just not going to happen. But nonetheless, it still looks pretty cool design-wise there for the little icon. So there's that. Now, it says use Conquest Points and Glory Crest to get amazing items. Now, that doesn't mean that the gear is going to require both currencies. It could, but that's not what I don't think that's what they're saying. I mean, it could be, but I think what their meaning is, like, the Unknown Slate, for example, might just use the Glory Crest. The Passionate Frame may just use the Glory Crest, and the actual new gear might use the new... I'm sorry, I did that backwards. My apologies. The Conquest Points might be used for Unknown Slate like last season, and also to get maybe the Passionate Frame, while the gear might use the new Glory Crest. Now, that's not to say that the gear might still require both currencies, which would kind of suck, but, you know, we don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's what it's going to be by what that little, you know, dialogue there at the end says. It doesn't mean that. It could, though, but we don't know. We'll have to wait probably till Wednesday. I'm sure we'll get all that information on the patch notes, which, of course, I'll cover that tomorrow, guys. But anyways, without further ado, let's look at the data mine statistics on this gear. We do not know the set yet. So if you want to, you know, take a wild guess, theorize what it could be based on the substats, by all means, be my guest. Do so in the comment section. Cannot wait to read those. My personal guess, I guess you could say, it's actually not really a guess. It's kind of just what I want, I guess you could say, is I want it to be a destruction set or a counter set. For me personally, that's what I want it to be. Is it going to be that? I don't know. But if it is, that would be fantastic. But anyways, let's look at the numbers. So, weapon, 62 attack, 5 to 9% HP, 5 to 9% attack, 3 to 5 speed, and 5 to 9% resistance. So, definitely a lot of numbers there that could jump from a lower end to a higher none on your, higher none. Yes, a higher none. It's a higher purpose. No, but a higher number for your base roll. I mean, getting a 9% HP or a 9% attack or up to a base 5 speed or even a base 9% resistance is actually pretty huge, especially for 88 gear. Like, that's pretty damn insane. So that's going to be very much randomized because, you know, RNG is just a real bitch, as you all know. Another question before we talk about the rest of the numbers. What do you guys feel about the fact that event gear can still be very randomized for players that are all spending the same currency to get it, and for it to maybe roll unfairly for a lot of players and fairly for others? Do you guys feel that that's a fair way to do event gear, or do you feel that event gear should be one of two ways? Either it's randomized, but you get it at plus 15 right out of the gate, or You get it where you have to take it to plus 15 yourself, costing over 1.5 million gold per piece and all the fodder you need, but the rules will all be the same for all players. Do either of those options seem a little bit more fitting for event gear? Now remember, this is event gear, not just random gear out in the wild that you hunt for, but event gear that all of the players are trying to get the same, copies of. Do you feel that it's fair that with the current system that it could be very much randomized when you can only get that piece of gear one time? It's not like a repeat or a do-over. You get it one time. If the gear becomes unusable based on the statistics for certain characters, while it's beneficial for other players, do you feel that that's fair for event gear specifically? Let me know all that and more in the comment section below. I'll be glad to read those over as well. But anyways, back to the numbers. Armor, 25 defense, 5 to 9% HP defense, 5 to 9%, 3 to 5 speed, and 5 to 9% resistance. Now, it's pretty much going to be more or less the same for all that on the left side gear, except for obviously armor. Obviously weapons can't get defense, and armor obviously can't get attack percentage. But now the right side, which is interesting from the first season, is it appears that we may, again, these are data mines, take it with a grain of salt, we may be getting necklaces and boots this time around that we didn't get in the season 1. And that is huge, because if we get boots with base 9 speed, that means our speed will go to 45. A whopping 45 speed with very good substats. That is disgusting. So again, it's going to be insane. Now the right side is giving us 3 to 6% crit, which is very interesting, as is the helmet, which is really, really cool. But of course, you see one thing is in common with all this gear. It all has resistance. Every piece of this gear has resistance as a substat. And that makes me think, I don't think this is going to be an E-resist gear set. I would hope not, because there's already so much resistance on every piece of gear as it is. I mean, just think about this. If you run all 6 pieces, let's just say we do like a lifesteal set type of thing, and we just throw all 6 pieces of gear on one character, you're looking at 30% plus effect resistance just right off the bat. Which is just crazy. I would have preferred, it makes me think that the gear could be effectiveness, because there is no effectiveness at all here. It could even be, I don't know. I'm looking at the numbers here, and I'm like, what could it be? I want it to be destruction. I want it to be counter, but I don't know if it will. But both those gears would still fall in line with what our substats are. Another possibility is it could be immunity. Smilegate might be trying to slow the game down by giving everybody a really strong immunity set, or several pieces of immunity that they could put on a lot of their characters on one team to kind of slow down that speed meta. Effect resistance, like I said, would be good for anti-meta and PvP, but like I said, we're getting so much of that from the stats anyway that I don't know if they'd make that the set of the gear too. That would just be overkill on resistance. Holy shit. Especially considering effect resistance is a 2-piece set, and you could just run freaking 6 of them. Wow. That's overload, okay? So, I don't know. But I do like that the necklace is 13% HP and the ring is 13% attack. So that kind of changes it up. That kind of tells me that you could do a lot of things with this. That it's not all, you don't have to run all 6 pieces. You could run 2, you could run 4. I don't know. It kind of leaves it open. The fact that the necklace and the ring have 2 different main stats really is a game changer on what this could be. For me personally, I have, playing with Moonlight Ken, for example, having a necklace that gives me 13% HP and a ring with 13% attack is actually pretty cool. If you have Fire Ken, same concept. This looks like really strong Ken gear, Fire Ken. Just to name a character to throw out there that could use this gear potentially. We don't know what the set is yet, but, both the Kens, from what I can tell, would love this gear just based on substats alone. We don't know what the main stat is yet. But anyways, very, very cool. I'll let you guys know on Wednesday when the patch comes out what's going down. So I hope you guys will be here tomorrow for that. If you're new, please subscribe. As always, join us in the Discord in the description below. Keep the conversations going before and after the video. As always, let me know again in the comment section what you guys think about this gear. Do you like the substats? Take a guess on what the set could be. And do you like the current system of event gear and how it's possibly beneficial and non-beneficial to others? Do you like that approach, or do you want it to be a little bit more fair across the board for event-specific gear? Let me know that again in a comment section below, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Have an awesome day wherever you are. Until then, peace.